Hey everyone, it's Rachel and I'm here with another process video. Now I am doing what is called Christmas in July. This is for the Summer Scrappy Challenge and this was by, oh sugar, Tracy Fox. Okay, I knew it was Fox, but we actually have two Foxes participating in the Scrappy Challenge. This was back in mid-July. The time to enter for the prizes is over, but over on the Crafty Channel Surf Facebook group, you can still obviously see the challenges. Also over on Scrap and Plan with Leah, her YouTube channel, she did all the challenges. This was her project. But I wanted to do it, but obviously this is going up sometime later than that. So I wanted to work on it, and I am going to be using Pinkfresh Studio Oh Joy. This is the line I bought last year. I try to stick to one line. It doesn't always happen, but I try to stick to one line each year so I don't get over inundated with Christmas. All of my Christmas is right here in this iris case. It's not horrible. I do have another iris case with Christmas stuff in it, but that's all for cards. So that has more like stamps and ink pads. Not ink pads. I'm losing it. Stamps and 6x6 paper pads is what I meant that I tend to use for Christmas. Okay. So I'm going to be using this Pinkfresh Studio for this one photo. I will be totally honest. I actually do not scrap a huge ton of stuff for Christmas. More like if something interesting happens, or I do, okay, my nephew gets new Christmas pajamas every year, so I do usually scrapbook his Christmas pajamas. I'll do that separately, obviously, different story than what I'm doing right now. So this particular one, every Christmas Eve we go over my grandparents' house. It's actually my stepfather's parents, and his brother's wife's brother and sister-in-law also come for Christmas Eve, and this is their son, and he was showing everyone a card trick, so I'm going to do a layout about it because, you know, it's just kind of one of those things like, you know, oh my gosh, can you remember the year when he was showing us all that card trick? So I just thought I would share that with you, and I'm going to go ahead, put you on fast forward, and remember the volume can change a little bit, so you know, just be ready to adjust in case it does. I try to fix it in the editing process, but I'm not always totally successful. So I'm going to go ahead and get you on fast forward, and let's go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Now, I am going to poke through. It's a long time since I've worked with any of my Christmas papers, but I was pretty sure I was going to use this last piece, which has "'Tis the Season," and it's kind of perfect. One of the fun things about this particular line, and actually goes along with a lot of Pinkfresh Studio's lines, is that they have a lot of these papers where the background is already so complete that really all you need to do is add your photos. So I am going to add a couple of layers behind my photo once I get this branding strip off. And as I said, these are all from the Oh Joy collection, which was released at the end of 2016. So I am first going to layer this gray star paper, or it's snow. I can't remember if it's snow or star. And I am going to ink up in between all of my paper layers. I'm going to use, I believe, pumice stone, which is a very light gray. Then I'm going to go for this brighter red and white presents paper. And I am going to do a final layer. I at first think I want to do that tree one, but I can't fit it width-wise, and because they're trees, you don't want sideways trees, so instead I'm going to go ahead and mat it using this, what looks like little holly, but it's in an aqua blue rather than a green. One more layer of ink, and I am ready to go. Alright, so I'm going to get that placed back to where I put it in the first place, in that middle right hand side of the paper. Go ahead and get that glued down, and we're done. Joking, of course not. I'm going to get started on my title, which, as I already said, is going to be Christmas Card Trick. So I'm using these alphas that are chipboard, and they're also from Pinkfresh Studio, and I'm going to use those for the word card trick, and then I'm going to go looking through all of the embellishments and seeing perhaps what they have with the word Christmas on it. While I'm looking for that, I do find this piece of washi from the washi strips that came with the collection. And now I'm still looking for the word Christmas. I don't really find it very in a lot of places. So I do go through the acetate. Excuse me, Sadie. No. I do go through the acetate pieces, and I do find one I'm going to use, and that is that circle piece that said "You had me at ho ho ho." So that's going to rest down in the lower left-hand corner. But I think that's all I end up using. I always have a hard time using acetate pieces. I do grab that wood veneer with the number 24 on it. This was New Year's Eve, as all of our celebrations with that side of the family are. I find another piece of washi to put down in the lower left-hand side. And then, oh, you know what? I did find another acetate piece, and that word that went over my photo. And I'm just going to use my tiny attacher to attach those acetate pieces to my layout. I am going ahead and gluing down the part of my title that is done with those chipboard pieces, and I'm just using my Scotch adhesive to do that. And I'm looking at these stickers. They have flags and arrows and then just regular ones. I do grab that flag to go in the upper right hand corner along with this circle one that for some reason I could not get the backing off, so I just peeled it off and then glued it down. It wasn't sticky. It was I just could not get it off to the point of where the stick was, so we just went, you know what, we're just gonna glue it down manually. So I do find, finally, what I was looking for was a phrase sticker that had the word Christmas in it, where I wouldn't mind not being able to use the second half or the other part of that sticker. So I finally found one, and I honestly don't remember what it was, but it was something I would never probably use, and I decided it needs a little bit more emphasis, so I pull another piece of that red and white striped washi, I rip it in half, I put half at the top and half at the bottom, and put the word Christmas on top of that, just to give it a little extra emphasis. I'm going to go ahead and trim off the parts of that little circle that hang off the edge, and now I'm going to go and look through my puffy stickers that also came with this line. Yeah, I bought like almost everything in this line. I really liked it. And that's unusual for me because I don't remember if I said this in my introduction portion, but I'm not a huge non-traditional Christmas color fan. I live in New England, so a lot of people here decorate, and all the things we go to all have regular, you know, color, not regular colors, but the traditional colors for Christmas. So I usually find these colors harder to work with, but for some reason I fell in love with this one. I'm just going ahead and doing my journaling, and I talked about what I talked about in the introduction about how my cousin wanted to show everyone this card trick, and then so it turned into a night of card tricks and games, which is fun. I'm going to finish off this layout with these freckled fawn enamel dots. They're actually hearts, dots, and stars. And now I'm just looking for a couple things to finish up. And I'm a little annoyed that all those arrow stickers all arrow in one direction, and they are not the direction I need to have my arrows go in. So I think I'm going to point that out in just 1 second. I'm like, they all go in the wrong direction, because what I wanted was for an arrow to point to be under my journaling block next to the word season. I do, however, find some phrase stickers to go underneath there, and I'm so sorry, but it is too small for me to find, for me to read these out. So my last thing I'm going to do is sprinkle with some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine. And I'm going to do that in each of the embellishment areas, and then I am going to be finished. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Have a great day, everyone. Bye!